These are the top 5 production cars with the largest engines. Number 5, we've got the Chevrolet Suburban. A large SUV must have a large engine, because why not? The Suburban took engine displacement to a whole new level, with an 8.1-litre L18 V8 that put out 340 crank horsepower and 440 foot-pounds of torque. Pretty hefty. Number 4, we've got the 1970 Cadillac El Dorado. The biggest engine Cadillac ever put in a production car was an 8.2-litre V8 that made 400 crank horsepower, and they put in the El Dorado. But due to the fuel emission regulations in the 70s, the El Dorado lost 5 ponies, which is not too bad. But eventually in 1976, it had an also bad 190 horses. Not cool. Number 3, we've got the Dodge Ram SRT10. The greatest pickup truck ever built also had a pretty big, no, massive engine, an 8.3-litre V10 from the 3rd gen Viper. This truck made pretty good power too, 500 crank horsepower to be exact, with a top speed of 155 miles per hour. Also, if you bought the shorter cab Ram, it had a 6-speed manual transmission and could do 0-60 in 4.9 seconds. A 2004 pickup truck. Number 2, we've got the 5th gen Dodge Viper. How could you possibly talk about big engines and not mention the Viper? Exactly, you can't. The 5th gen Viper has an 8.4-litre naturally aspirated V10, making 600 crank horsepower and 560 foot-pounds of torque for the base model. But you could upgrade to the ACR, which makes 645 ponies and 600 foot-pounds of torque. And number 1, we're finishing with something very classy, the Bugatti Royal. One of the most magnificent cars ever built, with quite a magnificent engine too, no doubt. A 12.7-litre straight 8, making around 300 crank ponies. It had a meager 6 cars ever produced, and the last time one ever sold, in today's currency, it would be around $13 million. They're incredibly collectible, and it will most certainly raise many times in value, and it will not be for sale anytime soon.